The title, I do not choose this title. It's inclusive platform and third place philosophy. Inclusive platform don't mean anything. So if I would choose my title, maybe I will talk about contributive economy like Bernard Stiegler. I will talk about platform cooperativism, as we will see, and about my philosophy, because I am just a philosopher and I am a specialist of the concept of milieu in French. And milieu means both environment and medium, surroundings and Umwelt. So it's a specific concept, and with the concept of technical milieu, I try to think the ecological transition, but I will not speak about that today. It's the international meanings about the French concept of milieu. It's beginning, it's a politic of milieu, and there was a workshop at Seoul 6 months ago with philosophers come from all over the world. So, the topic of today, what is a platform? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Everything is platform. Everything, for beginning, it's the final question. What is a car? For example, a car is a platform. The car become a platform. A tool for transportation or a telephone with wheel. A car become a telephone with wheels. So with digital platforms. So platforms, it's a very bad concept. It's not so precise. We can talk about all platform, but eBay is also platform. So in technical philosophy, platform, it's a problematic word, because the meaning of this term is to be. Thank you, Tate. So the word platform is French as well in English, is very fuzzy and precise. You have a computational sense, a physical and architectural sense, a figurative senses, and a political sense. So, which senses we use? Why everybody call about platform today? Just a recent history. The term appears in management science in 1980s. And after in industrial economy, with, for example, our Nobel Prize of Economy in France, Jean Tirole. That means a new kind of market where the principal link between company and consumer is broken. But the real rise of platform becomes with the Web 2.0 with Tim O'Reilly, a famous paper on his famous blog. And it talks about the web as platform. And in 2000 years, it's being a very using terms. Actually, some people try to give a large definition of platform for all the platform, digital one and physical one. And as you can see, the definition is very general. It's true, but not so operative definition because it's too large. So actually, you can find platform everywhere. With social media, of course, but with all the development of sharing economy. with the sale of second-hand goods, with sharing of car, with renting of goods and objects between individuals, with exchange of service for small jobs, fair or not, with delivery of meal, delivery, etc., intangible services, etc. But the systematic carpooling may be more of a business activity than of sharing. Mutual aid between neighbors is becoming more and more like job for the black economy, and the connection becomes competition. That's the fact of the capitalist platform. So, the so-called sharing economy, 10 years ago, 10 and 20 years ago, everybody talked about sharing economy, and everybody hopes that is sharing economy improves the ecological transition. But in fact, the so-called sharing economy should really be called platform capitalism. And it's very famous. You have content platform like Facebook, work platform like Uber, and capital platform like Nasdaq. So the platform economy today is the real economy, the business economy, and not the ecological economy. What eco platform is not is this kind of chain with only one eco platform for all the users. It's of course not the good way. What digital ecology is not, when you can read here the 8-point privileged collaborative platform to communicate with friends and at work, and when you take WhatsApp like an example of transition ecology, it's of course a bad joke. So it's hard to find a new definition unitaire, unite definition of platform economy. Platform economy is not digital economy. Platform economy is sharing economy or access economy or open access economy. You find a lot of expression, but all this expression is quite the same. On-demand economy, gig economy, free economy, peer economy, crowd economy, etc., etc. We try to distinguish it after. So, everybody try to sync a platform economy with a real access economy and a community basis economy, but it's easier to say than to do. So some academic people, a lot of try to make categorization in platform economy. One of them is Juliette Score, and she tries to categorize this different platform economy. Of course, many difference is between profit and non-profit platform. But the second one is between peer-to-peer and business-to-peer. For understand this difference between peer-to-peer and business-to-peer, we can take the different both Zipcar and rural rides. Zipcar, it's a business-to-peer platform economy, but rural rides or Coop Silks in France, it's real peer-to-peer economy, because the users are also the producer. So the most of people distinguish the old sharing economy and the new peer-to-peer economy. But in fact, in industrial ecology, all this reflection about platform economy is just a continuation of the reflection about functional economy. So you have a lot of new words for the same thing, and the same thing is functional economy, an old concept, and it's the real good concept for things. Platform economy. You have, of course, different kind of functional economy. And the question is, which kind of this functional economy is ecological? And the most of functional economy are not ecological economy. So we need to distinguish more precisely what we can reconcile. You need digital transition and ecological transition. For me, one of the best things about this both ecological and digital transition is, for example, Michel Bowen's, and is a common transition or common economy. You need to distinguish access economy, platform economy, and community-based economy, like on this picture. It's a main question, but there is only few work about this essential question. The main work about this question is only about share caring. And for example, BlaBlaCar do not do not increase the global emission. So, what is important is to kill the obvious that sharing economy is ecological. This wrong obvious, it's defended, for example, by Jeremy Rifkin. And he makes real mistake because he talks about platform economy, but he puts very different things in the same word. For example, he thinks that collaborative communities, it's companies such TaskRabbit or communities like GNU Linux. And it's impossible to think this both kind of platform economy with the same words. So you need to distance. We can wait. So, the only way to make ecological transition. It's to conciliate circular economy and functional economy. Everybody says that, but you have just some few examples, just little example, small example of this kind of reconciliation. Nicolas Buckley just take one. It's a little, it's Usinet, French living lab, but it's a small example. It's a good one, but it's a small one. And when you look for a good example for the way to conciliate circular economy and functional economy, the only way to think platform economy with ecological transition, you find just poor example. The big example are fault. So, for the concept, what is fundamental? It's fundamental to think that the digital transition with the digital medium, digital milieu, and the ecological transition with our geographical milieu, geographical territory, and in the end, put the end in the end. So for the concept, digital transition means to reconcile with the geographical territory. It's why I call here from Bernard Becker territorial economy. It's why I call economy of the milieu or economy of the middle or milieu scale. And I write a paper about it. And this, the world in its all this kind of transition where digital and ecologicals are compatible, it's the transition of the commons. And what means commons, it's the weddings between Elinor Ostrom and Richard Stallman. The weddings between economy of natural common and the thinking of free software. And around this concept there is a lot of work, but the main objective of his work is to say that the global can bring back the local with a good use of platform. For example, to way to use a global network like digital one and local thinking with territorial thinking, it's open food network. It's a global network, but its goal is to come back with the local. And it's the only way to think lieu and milieu together. If the platform is not related to territory, is dead. There is no. The only way is the platform, to link the platform and presence and territory with the territory. Open food network do that, but it's not alone. So against the platform's capitalism, you have a new movement, and this new movement is cooperative platform. You find it with Michel Bowens, of course, with the contributive economy of Bernard Stiegler, of course, and with the international movement of platform cooperativism. It's the best book for understand what has happened against the platform capitalism. Capitalism is that book. I was to act and to own, edited by Fraser Schultz and Nathan Schneider. In this book, you find a paper of Michel Bowen, Saskia Sassens, Maxim's work, the Hacker Manifesto, and also a great person and important, actually, it's Francesca Bruglia. She works on common transition in Fab City in Barcelona. And she tried to think ecological transition, digital transition, and common transition and a democratic transition. But we need a new platform for that. And Barcelona and Fab City to Barcelona, it may be the best place in the world for that kind of work today. We have also a lot of movement on Italy too, with a platform, Lega Coop, here, that try to aggregate all the cooperative platform. The main example of this new kind of platform is Cotavo, in Italy, Ferdi, and in France we have Coop Stiegler. It's against Deliveroo. What means this kind of example? That means that ecological transition and democratical transition are the same. Are absolutely the same. The only way to think about ecological in digital milieu, it's to link with the democratical transition, so with open source philosophy in digital. So in France you have the platform commun, with the same words and commons, and you have the platform cooperativism international network here, and Alternativa that try to put on map all the alternative platform. You find only 4 near 3 near the map. So, I have finished soon. The link between this cooperative platform and the surplus or tiers-lieux in France. The most of new platforms are based on a third place, because digital link always needs physical links for survive. I will talk about my favorite French example. It's the main example, maybe the best but the only one example of to try to think tiers-lieux, third place, and open source platform. It's the name is Telios, and you find a lot of great wiki online with a lot of information. and a lot of example in France. My favorite in France it's the Pau Foundation, Open Factory at Saint-Étienne, La Mine in Lyon, and La Maison Jules Verne at Aix-sur-Loire. It's maybe the best example of link the third place with real contributive platform. So I try to summarize with my not English. If the goal is to link digital transition, so the new platform economy, and ecological transition. Actually, if we try, it's impossible to link them. Impossible. All the facts are here. If you just think about hardware or just think about the software, the use of the software, the digital transition, it's a real collapse for us. So we need to try how the new platform philosophy can change our means of production and consumption. UTT, Lawrence, I called here Lawrence Intin, one of the main specialists about this question, and he writes that only the systemic effects, structural impacts that involve behavioral change, lifestyles, and economic structural change are promising. So only the new platform cooperativism can give us some hope. So for the concept, we need to distinguish the design for environment that tried, for example, to make more efficient hardware or more efficient software, with design for sustainability that try to inspire with the new open source philosophy for try to change our philosophy of property, to change the philosophy of property with a philosophy of use. And then what I call the ecological of milieu, the milieu thinking, it's linked to the repair and reuse way of thinking. All these third place, hyperspace, Fab Labs, all insist of this third R. For example, you find this platform Atelier Paysan or platform Global Village Construction Set or POC 21 or Jerry together, all they insist of not to recycle but to repair and reuse. So the best way to link circular economy and functional economy is not to forget this area. So my two favorite thinker about a real ecological platform economy, it's Michel Bowens and Bernard Stiegler, and there is a link with the base of political ecology in France, with the main goal is the unity of subject of production and the subject of consumption. And if you have a platform that works for this unity, it's a good one, like Atelier Paysan, I take that one. But all these new platforms like BlaBlaCar, etc., are not work on the real mean of ecological transition, that's the restored unity of subject of production and subject of consumption. I will finish that, and I will take course teach of English. Sorry for. I hope you can read it a little bit. It's finished.
Okay, thank you very much, Victor. Maybe the question after the workshop, please. Or you have some questions of comprehension? No?
A quick one. Yes, a quick question. If you can maybe go back to the beginning, I still didn't get the concept of milieu. It's characterization, it's fine. If you can explain that concept a little bit better.
I try to remind milieu, environment, it's an absolute term. Milieu, it's a relative term, and it changes all. For change your environment, it's easy. You just need to change your environment. So you can change your environment without change yourself. But if you need to change your milieu, you need to change yourself. So it's a relative concept. So it's absolutely different. For example, if you think to DFE, you think a good solution, a best solution, an optimizing solution. But this solution is the same everywhere. If you find a good solution, you can apply in this place or in the other place everywhere. Because it's, you think in absolute way. So environment is just quantitative thinking. So it's the one best way solution. It's you need to find and you apply everywhere in smart city thinking. In philosophy of milieu, you never think about smart city but smart citizens. So you need to change all. You can't have a platform, the same platform in Paris or in Sydney. It's impossible because the platform is relative to its user, and Parisians are not Australian. So there is a very important difference between environment and milieu, and the main it's different between an absolute concept and external one. Environment is always exterior and a relative concept, and milieu is always exterior and interior, is always natural and technique in the history of the concept. It's an old concept in France, there is 3 centuries history. But if you think about environment in English, you think about nature. If we think about milieu in France, we think about culture. And so we think about when ecological father of thinking in French, ecological, political ecologic. They don't think about environment or nature. They think about the loss of our technical culture. And so we become just consumer. And if we become consumer, we lose our technical culture. And it's why the maker's philosophy is nearest DFS, that DF nearest of the concept of milieu than the concept of environment. Okay? For example, you can in Fab Lab, you don't think about the value intrinsic of nature or something. You think about technical milieu. And the only way to think this technical milieu in a ecological transition is to democratize it. So if you democratize the ecological milieu, you do not have the same solution here all over the world. So you always think technical in link with the territory. Okay, and the best way in France to think that link, in France, in Italy you have the commons, in France it's Tilios, all the thinking about what I try to explain, but I do not speak English.
Yes, you speak. Thank you, Victor. So now the idea was to we prepare a workshop, our third place, because we think that the third place is maybe another way, another action to share information, values of the transitions. And in France, I don't know another place, but third place is something that is born by the people, because the people share the same values or the same motivation, and it's not like the platform. Platform is something very organized, it's something maybe born by the companies to develop 3D printing, to develop more technology and something like this. For me, third place is more, we have convictions, we have people are motivated, passionate for something, and for sustainability, and we try to put together a lot of ideas. And I think the third place for me is a new way to think about the companies, not the same word, but we can share ideas, we can develop. It's like, I don't know if it's the same word in English, but it's an incubator of projects, of sustainable projects.